Thanks for tuning in to Bitches Be Cray. Just a quick reminder, everything we share on this show reflects our personal experiences and what's worked for us. We're not healthcare professionals, so if you or someone you know is dealing with a medical or mental health concern, please reach out to a qualified professional for support. What's up, bitches? Welcome to Bitches Be Cray. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Nancy. And today we're going to be talking about the body code.
Yeah, we've kind of been teasing this episode, maybe even as far back as season 1, because we've talked about body code here and there. But now we have what I'm calling an expert right here.
I don't know about that.
Well, you're certified.
I'm learning.
You're learning. You're in, how about a new expert?
I'm a new expert. I am going to become an expert, but I am learning right now.
Yeah. So today's episode is going to be an interview style where I'm going to ask Nancy some questions about body code so we can all learn what it's about and what the benefits are.
If I sound rehearsed, it's because I am.
Sometimes rehearsal's good.
It's because I fucking am. Okay, guys. I'm also, hey guys, I'm working. I want to curse less. It's off-putting and I'm trying to change that.
All right. Maybe one day we won't be an explicit podcast. No, I doubt it.
It will fucking always be explicit. But I do want to stop. Did I tell you, my nephew, he literally told me, why do you curse in every sentence?
Is he still asking you that?
No,
but it's in your head now.
Yeah. I'm just like, why do I curse on every
You're very aware of it.
Yeah.
Not like you didn't know.
I feel like it makes me less feminine.
Yeah. That's what ChatGPT told me too. So.
And I want to try really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I want to only curse with the people that I already cursed with. Does that make sense? Like if I already cursed with you, so I'm okay to curse with you, but I don't want to I want the new people that I meet not to meet me as a cursor for some reason. I just
like you're trying to step into this new era in your life.
So and I want to be more gentle. If I'm going to be a healer, I can't be out here busting F-bombs all day.
Right. No, for sure. I get it. Oh God. Okay.
Let's do this, bitches.
All right. So we're going to start with an introduction to body code. What exactly is body code and how would you explain it to someone who's never heard of it?
The body code is a system of energy healing that helps identify and release trapped emotions, imbalances, or blockages in the body that might be keeping us from our best physical, emotional, or mental selves. It was developed by a chiropractor. His name is Dr. Bradley. So Dr. Bradley had been working on people's bodies because whenever you're doing chiropractor, but now not so anymore. Now when I went to the chiropractor, they literally had a machine that but now before the doctor would touch your body, and he found that he was working on people, but they weren't getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So he developed the system where he muscle tests you and he asks, it's a yes or no basis. So you can't really ask, it's always yes or no. So is my name Nancy? Yes or no. So he'll muscle test you. You could do that with your arms, your hands swaying. So he'll muscle test and ask yes or no questions. He developed it asking the body, for example, it could be, do you need more vitamin A? And then the body would respond yes or no. And he only did that for illnesses. Just for illnesses like testing vitamins. I could test vitamins on you to see if your body even wants them. But then he realized that it still wasn't really giving his clients the benefit that he desired. So then he said that it all began, I think, because one of his clients was really struggling. And then it came to his mind. I'm like, what if it's an emotion? What if it's emotional? And then he asked the body, do you have a trapped emotion? And it was yes. So he started just doing it on himself, his wife, his kids, or whatever. And eventually he developed a whole system. And now, I think when he started, there wasn't that many. When I first started doing body code, when I looked on the website, there was only 300 practitioners.
Like in the US?
in the world,
Oh, in the world.
in the entire world. Now
Wow.
there's like 1,400
Okay.
practitioners in
So
the
it's
world.
growing.
It's growing, yes. And it's all natural like you literally don't have to do anything, basically. It's just like a natural process where you get muscle tested, you answer yes or no questions, and then we release that trapped emotion from your body. That's what body code is.
All right. Yeah, it's really cool. I remember you told me about it years ago, and you initially, maybe this is coming up in the questions, but you initially sought it out for binge eating, didn't you? Or did it just help you with that?
Well, I sought it out for my PCOS because my sister-in-law and I went to this doctor. It's so funny how everything ties together because my niece, the one that's in the Army, she did real life therapy to lose weight. Like it burns the fat in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And it does work actually, by the way, guys. But anyway, everything works. And we found someone that did red light therapy. And his name is, I'm going to say his name because obviously he probably wants the free. His name is Dr. DeRuse. He's in Cleveland, Tennessee. And he had red light therapy, but he's a chiropractor who practices muscle testing. And the red light therapy, he's like, is just a bonus. He's like, I really don't give two shits about the red light therapy. He's like, people want it. People like it. I have it. He said, that's how I pay my bills. He's like, but what I care about is helping people heal their bodies. So all of his medicine is holistic. He's a holistic doctor. He's a real doctor, but everything that he prescribes you or gives you is all plant-based, all organic, all like just he heals you from the bottom up. So he muscle tests people strictly on like actual medical issues. Like if you have like fatty liver disease or you go to the doctor and he tells you I'm on the verge of having diabetes, you go to him and he'll actually like prescribe you all the vitamins that you need by muscle testing you that can help your body recover and not get diabetes. So he wanted to treat my PCOS, and I was so ignorant back then because he found mold in my stomach. And I was so desperate and depressed from my PCOS and like all the issues that I had that I was like, I don't want to work on my mold in my stomach. I want to work on my PCOS. And he's like, well, your body doesn't want to work on your PCOS. Your body wants you to take care of the mold. Years later, I researched that mold in your stomach can cause PCOS.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. What do you know?
Anyway, not the fucking point. So he was like, you know what? I'm not a woman. I don't know what it's like to have PCOS. He's like, but I know a woman who does body code. Her name's Sarah. And that's how I met Sarah. So he sent me to Sarah, and Sarah's the one that I guess took me on this journey. But I think that's one of the questions earlier.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's basically it. So I mean, I feel like it's weird how little steps take you to different places in your life.
Right. Like you went there for something completely different. Yeah. And what do you know? You helped other things as well. Okay. All right. Next question. How is body code different from other energy healing or wellness practices?
I think that body code is different from other practices in the sense that other practices like EFT or Reiki and stuff like that, they're not going to be able to locate that 10 generations ago, your grandmother, when she was 5 years old, her dad did something to her that traumatized her, that she carried on to her ovaries and then carried it on to her offspring and so on and so on and so on. And now this is why you don't trust men. Like, I'm going to find that. I'm going to find your generational trauma from, I think I've pulled things away from me. They're like 10, 20 generations back.
So you're able to dig really deep within a person without having to go to literally go to their family.
No, I don't. And like things that you would never even know. Like things that, and it's weird because I've had sessions with people that I don't even know them, but something just comes up to my mind and then I tell them and they're like, oh my God, yeah. And then I'm like, okay. So I feel like that's the, and also my favorite part about the body code too, is that you don't, like if something really hurts you, like let's say like you were like assaulted as a child, like re-talking about that sometimes is really painful.
Right.
And you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to tell me shit. You could literally come to a session with me and say nothing. And your body is going to tell me what it wants to release. So we could literally go on and I can give you sessions for years without you ever telling me anything that bothers you. And it's like an onion. Every session, your body's going to be, I'll just ask, is there anything we want to release today? And your body will say yes or no. And whatever it wants, it will release. And then later on, you start noticing, oh, like my sister, has an irrational fear of getting lost. Like a severe irrational fear of getting lost.
Like driving around? Or
No,
like in a store.
Like if she parks her car somewhere, she freaks the fuck out and thinks that she's not gonna find it. Okay. And you know where she got that from? My mother, because my mother's like that too. My mother will be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure we parked there?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm 1,000. I'm 1,000% sure. But are you sure? Are we gonna get lost?" I'm like, "We're not gonna get lost." So my sister is an Uber driver, ironically, and she's so afraid of the Atlanta airport parking lot.
I mean, I don't blame her.
Like she's afraid that she's never gonna be able to come out of it. And when we went down to Mexico this past summer, I worked on her a lot because her eyeballs were hurting. And kid you not, her eyeballs stopped hurting the next day. Her eyeballs have been hurting for 2 weeks. So they stopped hurting the next day. She said it went from an 11 to a 2.
Wow.
And then she noticed that when she went to the airport, I worked on her a lot when I was in Mexico. She noticed that when she went to the airport to come back home, because I wasn't with her, she's like, I wasn't scared. She's like, I wasn't scared at all. She's like, and just the thought of going to the airport freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
She said that sometimes she'll go to Target and she'll freak the fuck out to think that she's not going to be able to find her car. And she says that she's no longer afraid of that. She says she does have other fears because that's what also happens with the body code. I'm going to remove that.
And something else will surface.
Yeah. That's how I think it's different because I feel like there's just things that you're doing in your life that sometimes they're not even yours.
Mm-hmm. And you don't even know they're there.
And the fact that people think that that's not true. For example, my ex, I'm going to do it because it's disgusting and I want you guys to hear. So he drinks and then he swallows it. And I find that disgusting.
Like almost like swishing around your mouth, like you would clean your teeth.
Like kind of like when we go to a restaurant. So we would go to a restaurant. I don't have anything in my mouth. I haven't ate, so I don't find this as disgusting. Let's say I just had a full-blown dinner and then I just take a sip and drink that. And I find that to be disgusting and repulsing. Renata does that.
Really?
And tell me that biology is not real. And and for context, she's been doing it for a really long time. And there was a couple of years in her life that she did not see her dad very much. So it's not like she learned it from him. Yeah. Because when she started doing it, it was a period of time when I had just moved away and she wasn't really around him.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense when I think about like, obviously my daughter has consistently seen her dad over the years, but predominantly the majority of her life, she's lived with her mom. But her personality is so much like her dad. Like even her mom would say like, oh, this blah, 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 whatever you're doing is just like your dad. It's like, I'm still living with him. Like they're so similar, but they didn't like live in the same house, but it's all connected.
So all of the things that traumatized okay, let's think about this. So if your great grandma, I mean, your great grandma is probably not from the 1800s, but I want you guys to know that mine is. Oh. My great grandma is from the 1800s. And back in the day, obviously, you could not gamble as a woman. But my dad says that my grandmother had a speakeasy that her husband ran, quotation marks, but it was really her running it, but she would pretend that her husband was running it, and she was a severe fucking gambler. My dad's dad is a gambler. Mm-hmm. My dad's grandpa is a gambler. Yeah. My dad is a gambler. Mm-hmm. My brother is a gambler. Mm. And I am a gambler in a different way because my therapist said that when you gamble with your health, you're still gambling.
Yeah.
If you're binge eating, if you're using drugs, alcohol, doing anything that could kill you, you're still gambling.
Driving without your seatbelt.
I do that now because my car's relentless.
Thank God.
So those things cannot be taught. That's literally in your genetics.
So like addiction to like my grandparents used tobacco. They weren't smokers, but they used tobacco. I'm sure their parents did. My mom did. I never did, but my brother had a time period where he did. He doesn't anymore.
But that's breaking the cycle.
But yeah.
Like there. Somebody has to break the cycle. Yeah. That's what awareness is. Mm-hmm. So I feel like some people can't break the cycle. They're doing things they don't even know what they're doing them. Mm-hmm. And
this can help.
Yeah. This could help because it's not yours. There's things that are ours.
Right.
So I actually went into the woods and did a ritual, and I left a deck of cards that I bought, and I bought a 1800 style deck of cards, and I went into the woods. My great grandmother's name was Felipa, and I dug it in the ground, and I thanked her for everything she gave me, but I told her that I did not want to keep gambling with my life, that gambling was for her.
Mm.
And I don't know if it has correlated, but really soon after that, I quit smoking too.
Wow.
So it could help with a lot of things.
Yeah. Sounds like it for sure. Okay. So what made you want to get certified in body code, and what was your personal like aha moment?
Oh, my breakup. Because when my breakup happened, I realized I had nothing, but not because when you pour in our past relationships, how we poured ourselves into that relationship and then you had nothing.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have nothing to begin with.
Dang.
When I met him, I was super busy because I had a really busy last year, but I was busy doing activities. It wasn't nothing of mine. It was, I was doing my femininity. So I did do like baking and the bread thing and the flan, all of that. I was trying to get into my feminine
pottery,
yeah.
Painting.
Yeah. I think I also painted.
You did. Yeah.
But
flowers, you wanted to do a garden.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to do things to find myself.
Right.
But then I realized like, I love my job. I have a great job. There's been times where I've wrestled with that fucking job because I work for my brothers and they're my older brothers, and working for your older brothers can be a bitch.
I'm sure.
So afterwards, I'm like, I don't have anything. I was on a walk with my sister. It was a Sunday afternoon, I remember. And we were behind my office. There's a trail. So we were walking on the trail and Renata was skating. And I told my sister, I was like, I really want a side hustle because it's 2025. Everybody has a fucking side hustle. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a side hustle. So I was like, I want a side hustle. But all the side hustles that I tried, I feel like, okay, but I didn't love them. And then my sister's like, you love healing. You talk about it all the time. I don't feel like I'm very shovey. I don't know if Amanda thinks I'm shovey, but I don't think I was very shovey when I started talking about my healing with you.
No.
I just
sharing.
Yeah, I just shared it with people. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm healing my inner child. So my sister's like, why don't you do something that helps people, but you can also make money? And I was like, the body code. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, but could I do the body code? Could I? And then immediately I went and texted my person that body codes me because I'm still body coding. Like I still body code with her maybe like 3-4 times a year. Mm-hmm. There was points where I was doing it like every week. Then I go like every other week, once a month, blah, blah, blah. But in the last 6 years, I've been doing it consistently. So while I was on the walk, I decided to just go and Google it. Like,
how to get certified.
And it was like not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be some crazy shit, you know? And then I texted Sarah, and then I was like, okay, if Sarah writes me back and is supportive, that's a sign. Because you know how some people, when you tell them you want to do what they're doing, they feel copied or threatened or she didn't. She was like, oh my God, that is so awesome. And then literally we made an appointment to see each other the next week. And we met and we had a conversation and she gave me pointers and she's like, you could do it. She was like, I could sense that you could do it. And ironically, I had just fallen skating, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And I fucked up my shoulder, my right shoulder so fucking bad. It was like for 2 fucking weeks. And right there, I asked her, I was like, is this emotional or physical? And she was like, it's emotional. Because she quoted me right there. She was like, that's emotional. I'm like, is it my breakup? And she's like, yeah. She's like, it's your breakup. And I was like, but why did I fall? She's like, sometimes you're in so much pain that your body will cost you an injury to be able to feel the pain because you won't let it.
Like an outlet almost.
Like an outlet. Kind of like, let's say that you're dreading going to your company Christmas party and you're dreading it so much and then you get a cold.
Oh, things like this have happened to me before.
Mm-hmm. And then you get a cold. I was
supposed to go to work and I got sick. I actually got sick and I'm like, oh, I can't come.
You didn't want to go.
Heck no, I didn't.
Yeah. So your body is designed to save you, not to make you happy. To save you. So she was like, you need to let that pain out. It's gotten better. I think it's getting better. But
you're still hurting?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And now it hurts every time I don't feel my fucking feelings. But whatever. That's how I got into the body code.
Okay. soul crushing, heartbreaking moments.
Yeah.
That's what's, I mean, honestly, that's what really sends people into good things.
But honestly, now that I'm doing the body code, and my sister-in-law she told me like maybe a couple of weeks ago, she's like, maybe all of the pain and suffering that you've been through your entire life, because I feel like I'm very sympathetic when people tell me their shit, because like a therapist situation.
Yeah.
Therapists are fucked up. That's the reason they're a therapist. And if
I wanted to be a therapist. Look at me.
I mean, yeah. And if you weren't fucked up, how are you going to understand?
For sure.
You can't understand people when they're like, oh, I'm sad. You're like, oh, shut the fuck up. But if you also felt it too, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
So now I know that everything has maybe led me to this.
All right. Let's talk about the experience. Can you tell us what a typical body code session looks like?
Yes. So at first, if you're my family member, it's completely different, obviously. But if you're a person that's not my family or a friend, I will send you a questionnaire. It has obviously your information, and I'll have you select a couple like issues that you have in your life, like if you have anxiety, depression,
physical or just
everything.
Okay.
Obesity, anything that you can think of that are like chronic illnesses or whatever, because all chronic illnesses are linked to a trapped emotion. Like in Mexico, we believe really hardcore that if you're really angry, your pancreas, and you don't process that, your pancreas will overload and you'll get diabetes. Like it's a thing that people say in Mexico, don't get so angry, you're going to get diabetes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm going to Google to see if other countries feel that way.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. Yeah. I mean, all I've heard is, don't leave your face some kind of way because it'll freeze like that. Yeah.
So okay, so we'll fill out the questionnaire, and then I'll ask you to, out of all the shit that's bothering you, I need you to pick 3 things that are the most important things to you. Even then, your body might not pick them. Even then your body will be like, no, I don't want to do any of that. Mm-hmm. So once you've picked the 3 things, then I'll do the process of the body code. Not everybody does this, but Sarah taught me this. I pray. I haven't come across anyone that's upset about me praying. I'm a Christian, but I'm not like a typical Christian. I'm not like, I don't go to church or anything like that, but I do believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. I believe in all of the spiritual things that are good. So I do pray, because I am going to connect to your body. So I do want, I can use you if you're in real life. I can use your body, and I'm completely detached from your body. But if I'm going to connect, just think about it like electronically. Mm-hmm. You know how this is the best explanation. You know how back in the day you could use another website to log into your work computer, and you're actually your home computer becomes your work computer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get inside of your subconscious mind with your permission, obviously, of course. So I say a prayer so that journey is safe, but that's just for me. You don't have to believe that, obviously. Like, no, I have not come across anyone that's like, I don't want you to pray. And then I've asked Sarah, like, because she's worked with atheists and all kinds of people. She's like, no one has ever said to me. So I pray. So we'll do a prayer. I'll ask God to protect me and you both in this journey. And then we'll start then I'll connect to your, if we're doing it in real life, then I'll use your body. Like I'll ask you to ask a couple questions, yes or no, and see if your body even wants to do it. And if your body doesn't want to do it, I think we had an instance where your body didn't want to do it. So I did it. I think your husband too didn't.
Yeah,
do it.
He didn't connect.
And the things that came up on her husband, who was a non-believer, were literally like right on, but whatever. So I'll connect to your body, and then I'll start the yes or no questions. I'll start with like, is my name Amanda? Yes or no? And if it says yes, that means we're good. I'm in there. And then I'll ask, is my name Nancy? And then it'll say no. And if it says no, then and throughout the process, I'll continue to ask, because if you're not really centered, and this person has to be my everything while I'm doing that. Like I cannot think about me or my groceries or my daughter's upset, none of that. Like my sole purpose is you. And every time I feel, because I'm a human, my mind will go somewhere else. I bring myself back, and then I make sure that I'm still in your subconscious mind. And then from there on, I'll start asking, like, let's say if you say you have problems with your weight, I could be like, is there any trapped emotions that are preventing Amanda from losing weight? And if it says yes, then from there on, we'll start digging through and finding the emotions and releasing them. And to release them, this is a magnetic practice based. So our bodies are magnetic as well. So before you have like a really, really like good understanding of body code, you can use a magnet. But for me now, I've noticed, even though I haven't been doing that long, that I could pray it away. But Sarah says that not everybody practices like that, but I really enjoy practicing like that. So I pray it away and it goes away. And then you start later on, you'll be 3 years later, you'll be at the mall and I'm like, oh my God, I don't do that shit no more. And you have no idea why. So that's what and then after that, I'll close the session. I'll do a prayer. I'll separate. I'll make sure that because some people have said that they don't disconnect and the next day they feel weird. And that has happened to me. Yes. That has happened to me. But that's a typical.
So that's an important step.
Yes. To me. But a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just cut it off. They're like, I cut off, boom, bye.
Okay.
But I don't know why. I've noticed that when I pray, I do feel like the sessions are longer. And I feel like the processing time for the person is better, or there's a processing time. Afterwards, you might feel all of the things that I released. If I released anger, sadness, bitterness, hate for however many days your body decides to process, you might feel anger, sadness, hate. And I used to see it in my daughter. Like she'll just be like, ah! Like one day I body coded her when I started body coding, and the next day she's like, oh, why am I crying? She even said that. She's like, why am I crying right now? And I'm like, beats me, girl. She doesn't know I body code her. But for context, if your child is under the age of 12, you don't need their permission to body code them. You can body code them with you're like until they turn 12. Once they turn 12, you can't do it without their consent.
Okay. And so I know that you go through a lot. I know you have an app too, but like that you write down kind of as you go things that you're noticing.
I do.
Or things that are getting, brought up or released. Do you always share that with your clients?
No,
they don't ever know.
No.
Like, I don't know how much they need to know. Like, or do they even need to know anything?
I've had instances where I've coded people that things are horrific.
That they may not know.
That they don't know. Okay. And they don't fucking need to know because it would destroy them.
So you just clear it.
I clear it and I don't let them know. And I felt guilty about that. And I asked Sarah, and she's been doing it for like almost 10 years. She's like, does that make me a bad person? She's like, no. She's like, you don't need to know that shit. She's like, there's some things you just don't need to fucking know.
You're just doing the steps to heal it.
Yes.
And that's what it is.
Yeah. And then one day they'll feel better and they won't know why. And that's okay. I don't need the validation.
So if there's something physical with their body, I mean,
then
you do tell them that.
Oh yeah, of course. No. So like, let's say that like something comes up and let's say, okay, you're
like the mold. Well, guess
the
you
mold.
Know about the mold.
Yeah. The mold. And we can ask, does it need an actual doctor? Because sometimes the awareness, just your body knowing like this is wrong with me is enough for your body. But so then we'll ask, do you need a vitamin or do you go to the doctor? And it'll say yes. And then, go to the doctor. Okay. Go get it checked out. Or like the mold part, do you need vitamins? Do you need, like you can have yogurt and Sarah was great because Sarah worked at a chiropractor for so many years who did muscle testing. So she knows a bunch of holistic vitamins that help. I don't have that knowledge and I want to have that knowledge. So I feel like that's something that I want to work on. Like she could tell me, like she put me on so many vitamins that like changed my life, but she already knew about them and I'm not. But of course not. And I always ask if you have a real illness situation, yes. Do you need to go to the doctor? Yes. Those things I do tell you. But like if
you found some deep trauma, like maybe you don't need that. So it's truly a very individualized case by case basis that you just have to determine like, what do I share, what do I not?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't want to destroy there's no need.
Yeah.
There's no need. If you're already fucked up, why am I going to fuck you up further?
Do people need to believe in energy healing for this to work?
No, they don't.
I think it
helps.
Okay. I would say I think it's good because like you kind of mentioned in the beginning, people might be really skeptical.
I was.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Should I tell the story that would change my idea about body code?
Okay.
So I went into body code for me, obviously, for my ovary situation. And it helped with my binge eating. I was a binge eater from 17 to probably 28 years old. And I kid you not, but this is not the story. This is regardless. But I'm not a binge eater anymore. So Renata had I'm telling you, like she would wake up at the same time, her eyes glazed over. She was not asleep. I mean, she was not awake. She was asleep. And I would even put my eyes in her face, my hands in her face. I would try to poke her eyeball to see if she would close her eyes. Nothing. She was awake, but she was asleep. So, and she would cry, and her face looked like of terror, like if something, the worst shit was happening to her, and it scared me. So, whenever I started doing the body code with Sarah, I was like, "Would you code my daughter too?" She was like, "Yeah." So she started coding that night. She coded her, and she found an entity, which is a spirit. And not all spirits are bad. Actually, all the entities I've released, only one of them has been dark. Mm-hmm. They're all just spirits that got stuck to you, and then they don't know how to leave now, and they stick around. Oh, they think they're helping you because they're like, I need you to make her aware of this. She cannot not be scared of this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they think they're protecting you by giving you that fear, so you can take the proper precautions for something to be avoided that could hurt you. So they think they're helping, but they're traumatizing the shit out of you. So she found 2 entities, and then she told me, she proceeded to tell me, she's like, she has like parasites in her stomach. She's like, take this vitamin. And at first I was like, because I was skeptical. I'm like, she's going to sell me something. That's why she's telling me this, because she's going to sell me something. She's like, go on Amazon. And she didn't give me her storefront. Okay. She was just like, go on Amazon, search these pills and buy them and give them to her. So I started giving them to her. Kid you not, because she was still potty training at the time. And in my office, we had like a little mini toilet for her. It's probably TMI, but just warning if you're like scared of poop. So she pooped in her little thingy. And I was taking it outside to throw it away in the dumpster. And then I happened to look inside of it. Kid you not, a fucking worm as big as my fucking hand. As big as my fucking hand. And I could see the little things. So I called my brother. My brother has 5 kids, by the way. And I FaceTime. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, oh my God. He's like, where did that come from? I'm like, from Renata's stomach. He was like, that's an animal. And I was like, the fuck it is. Yes. And at that time, Renata was eating like a bottomless pit. So they say that whenever you have parasites, you're actually not getting any of the nutrients or anything because the parasite in your stomach is. And that's what made me, it still gives me chills. That's what made me be like, this is real. Because how the fuck would she know that?
Yeah. And I think sometimes you do have to see something happen in someone else.
Yes.
Right? To make yourself.
Oh, and by the way, ever since that day, Renata never had another like episode at night.
Yeah, because she used to be such, when she was a baby, she loved sleeping. Yeah. She was such a, she would sleep through the night.
Yeah. Like, she never, ever, the first session, sometimes when things are really bothering the body, you'll see the difference literally the next day. Like literally. And she never had a night terror ever. When I say never again.
That's never. Some good healing right there.
That's what made me believe in the body code.
Okay. Well, this question almost kind of goes with what we just talked about because it was your daughter's, but you might have a different one.
I do have a really good one, actually.
Okay. So can you share an example, of course, without breaking client confidentiality? Oh, okay. Of a transformation you've seen?
I have a friend. I'm not going to say her name, obviously. She comes to my office like maybe like once a week or maybe every other week. And I always body code her. And I found something called guys, so it's MIASM, miasm. And it's Amia. I can't pronounce it. I'm gonna have Amia. I might Google it so Amanda can look at the word. But the meaning of that word is a disease or a thing that was given to you generationally. Mm-hmm. It's like a generational disease or issue. And when I was, she suffers from depression hardcore. And she's actually better right now. So if you're listening to this, I know you're better. When I was doing it, I thought of her grandmother and I was like, does your grandmother, she's like, oh my God. She's like, everyone tells me that it still gives me chills, that I remind them of my grandmother. She's like, all the time. And I was like, did you get it from your grandmother? And I said, yes. And then I said, is it depression? That just came to my mind and I said, yes. And then I told her, I was like, you know what? I've read a lot that whenever you're clearing generational traumas, that there was a medium that was on the audience watching him release a generational trauma. And then she didn't say this out loud, but then she went up to him in person. She's like, I wanted you to let you know that when you release, it gives me chills. When you release generational trauma, the people were on stage. I could see them. I'm a medium. I've never asked ever. I told her the story. She's like, ask if she's here. And I was like, and as soon as I said, ask if she's here, she said that she felt this wave of cold that wasn't bad. She said, it gives me chills. She said she wasn't scared, but that she felt this feeling that she had never felt in her entire life before I even heard the word yes, because I didn't want to ask. I didn't. I did not want to ask if she was there. By the way, this is not witchcraft. Okay. I know it could seem like that, but it's not. I didn't want to ask, but I asked. And she said yes. And then my friend started hysterically bawling. Like bawling. And she said that she felt the most beautiful feeling of love and like care and just like this beautiful, like she said that she was not crying because she was sad, that she was crying because she was so moved by the love that her grandmother was like giving her.
So did she, because you said that people said she reminded her, did she know her grandma or did her grandma pass before?
She never met her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, the feeling I'm feeling right now, she's like, I can't even begin to describe this feeling. And she even told me, she's like, you need to tell people this.
Oh.
She told me that. She's like, you need to tell people this feeling. She's like, she's like, and she was just like crying, like probably like for 10, 15 minutes.
Oh.
But not sad. She wasn't sad. She said that she felt
just like the release, I guess.
Yeah, she felt the release.
The physical release.
And then she said that she felt her grandmother's love as well.
Well, that's nice, especially since she didn't get to know her.
Yeah.
Like, that's really
But her
nice.
grandmother had been protecting her whole entire life by giving her depression.
Oh. Well thought.
But she didn't, but we don't know better. Sometimes we think that we're doing good for someone, but we're actually hurting them.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the most like
That's
hard.
a big transformation.
That was a big transformation for me.
Yeah. That's huge. That's really huge. All right. What was it like practicing on yourself before working with others?
It was crazy.
Did you learn a lot about yourself?
Yes.
Things that you didn't know?
And things that come up that I'm just like, oh, like right now I'm working on a new project where I'm actually going to do it to Amanda. I'm only going to do it to 5 people because it's a lot of work. It's a lot for practice. I'm doing a whole thing about healing for the inner child. And I'm doing,
God, I need it.
I'm doing rejection, which is a mother wound if you're a female.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh my God. The things I've learned about myself.
Yeah.
And the things, I just feel, and like, for example, when after I fell, and from the skates, I've never been scared of skating. Never in my life. And after I fell, I was terrified. And I was embarrassed because I was like, go. And I'm like, I'm scared.
You're like frozen?
Yeah. I was like, I'm scared to fall. And she's like, you're not going to fall. And I was like, I'm scared. So it was actually getting in the way of my skating because I was skating with my cousin and outside. Me and Amanda skated inside, but I was skating outside. And the day before, that same day, I was going to go skating again, and I coded myself, and it was my breakup back on. And then I wasn't scared. It went away immediately. Like immediately, I was not scared anymore. It was just awesome.
So it's healing you a lot. I mean, of course it is.
And I feel like a total different person since I've been doing it. And it's funny because this week that I've been doing the mother wound, and I found some crazy shit.
Oh, God.
Like some crazy shit. I feel from Monday to right now, I feel like a completely different person. And it's so weird. Like even on my way over here, I'm like, I don't even feel like I felt on Monday. Like it's so crazy. And I just wish that people would give it a chance because I feel like it's just.
Well, I guess like for me, if I think back over the past like few months, like the last month in general, like I feel like you haven't like, I feel like you were like in a state for a while of like depression, I guess. And I don't know if you've just been keeping stuff or you haven't been saying anything that makes me like worry about you.
No,
I guess we'll say it like you've just been having.
She thought I was gonna kill myself.
You've just been. Well, you have to be hello, I have anxiety. I have anxiety, so my first instinct is to worry all the time.
I didn't answer the phone on my sister-in-law one day, and she thought I killed myself.
Oh God,
she did.
See, people are worried.
She did.
But like, I feel like you've just been having, I guess, what I would consider what friends just have is like normal conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not about like my life is in despair.
Yeah. No,
You know
my
what I
life's
mean?
not in despair right now.
So maybe it's from.
It's from this. It's definitely from this.
Your body coding. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about some millennial life connections, just because that's a little fun side. And we are a millennial podcast, but
We are.
how can body code help with millennial struggles like stress, burnout, anxiety, or even relationships?
You don't have to do shit. That's my favorite part. Like, you literally don't have to do shit. You don't have to tell me anything. You don't even have to show up.
Like, you're not getting homework. Go and practice these 5 whatever.
No, I mean, sometimes I do give homework.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes the body does want, like sometimes the body wants you to go sit outside in grass.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Like, just basic shit. I'm not some wild, crazy shit. But sometimes it'll be like, you need more fresh air. And that's one of the things. Like, you need more fresh air. And it'll ask you to go sit outside for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my favorite part. Like, us as millennials, we have so much trauma.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the other generations, each generation has their own. Like, the baby boomers have all that, and then the Gen X. But we have so much trauma. And then we're also seeing so many crazy things.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know what? I mean, like you said, of course, every generation has, I think it was like world trauma.
Yeah.
Right. But like at our age, like being a millennial, things were like, that's when social media started coming about. That's when people were taking care. Like, think about like 9/11. There's so much footage of that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, bad stuff was happening, obviously, and wars and stuff, but you weren't, I mean, there are some.
They shoved 9/11 up our asses, basically.
Yeah.
We were children.
That Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
We literally, it's very televised.
Yes.
It's very out there. So whether you, like before, I feel like if you lived in an area, it impacted you more, but now like it's everywhere.
Yeah. It's like everywhere. Yeah.
So
Everywhere.
the younger generations.
So like the boomers didn't had to get a letter.
Yeah.
7 months ago, someone died.
Read in the paper.
Yeah.
You know,
and
if you get the paper.
Literally. So I feel like the way it could help millennials is because, one, I'm going to focus, like, every body coder has their own thing. Like, there's a guy who works on PTSD from people from the war or from the army or any kind of PTSD.
Like a specialist, like a special area.
My Sarah, she specializes, and she says that it's not something she wants. It's just something that God called her to do. She helps people that have been like hurt by like bad people, but not in a sense of like literal, but I'm talking about like people that curse you or do bad things to you, more of like darker thing, like the entities that are dark. Like, for example, she said that one of her clients went quote unquote crazy, and she like literally like took all her clothes and it was like running in the streets naked.
Oh wow.
And she found a bunch of stuff, and now she's back to normal. I mean, obviously what we call normal, like we're still all fucked up. But so that's her specialty. Like that's her thing. So whenever I do have like, she said that entity work will come to you if like that's your calling. I'm afraid of it. So I don't think it's my calling. Like I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm going to focus on the inner child. So I feel like that's how I could help millennials a lot, because we are like,
yeah, I feel like we're in the age where
behind.
You see a lot of things about, and this is something that you have personally worked on, and I guess I'm kind of working on too, but reparenting.
Yeah.
Right. And you like, that's obviously connected to your inner child.
I feel like this is the first time in my life that I've ever felt like an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an adult. I'm not an 8-year-old right now sitting in front of you talking to you. I'm a grown up. And I don't think I've ever been a grown up. Like before, remember when I took Rada to the dentist and I fucking lost it?
Yeah.
I fucking lost it.
Yeah, you ripped her out the seat. You're like, bye.
I was so fucking mean to her too, because I felt I was a child who, I think I was a 9-year-old taking a 6-year-old to the dentist.
And you didn't feel safe.
No.
And you reacted like a child.
Like a child. I reacted like a fucking crazy child. I probably traumatized my daughter. I yelled at her. I immediately, when my grown up came back, I apologized
Right.
immediately, but that does not make it right. I didn't hit her, guys. I don't hit anymore. I'm just kidding. I just yelled at her because I was so scared. I was so scared because I wasn't a grown up.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now, after I've gone through, that's what I've noticed, that in the last year, I've become a grown up. Like, I don't know if I'm like my age. Maybe I'm like 25. But I'm not scared anymore. I don't feel like I'm waiting for an adult to show up to take care of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm me. I'm like, oh, I can do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I think the body code has helped me a lot with that, to realize that I am my own mother now, and I am my own father now, and I have to do it.
Yeah, I think I'm sure a lot of millennials feel this way. I mean, there's been so many times where I've felt like upset about something, like with all my teeth stuff. And well, you know, you've legally been an adult for a long time. I mean, I can't, there's some stuff that's damaged from childhood that I can't fix, but there are other things that I could have done sooner. Like you are an adult now, like it's you. Girl, it's you have to do it.
Yeah. But I think that's also really unfair. Like, why do I have to do it?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't somebody fucking do it?
Right.
So I didn't have to do it now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do with my daughter, even though I fuck up every day. Hey, guys, I want you guys to know that today was the first day that my daughter did something to fucking annoy the shit out of me. And I wasn't a child about it.
Oh.
She promised me that if I let her play on Tuesday, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, with her little neighbor boyfriend, that she would clean her room this morning.
Okay. Yeah.
And I even told her last night, hey, don't forget that don't wake me up in the morning. When you wake up, instead of going downstairs to make you a snack and watch TV, you're going to clean your room. She woke me up to tell me she made me a sticker book.
Oh. And
And instead of being appreciative of the sticker book, I was like, did you clean your room? And she was like, I forgot. I was like, you better get on it. So on the way back, and so then I go to the car and all her shit is all over my car.
Oh.
And we talked about it. And I told her, I was like, that's not fair to me. So I took it all out. But I wasn't mean to her. I was like, I don't want you doing that. And she's like, I'm the worst. I was like, you're not the worst. You're a human and you forgot. I was like, but you need, if you make a promise, you need to fulfill it.
Yeah.
I was like, because when you start to fail yourself, that's when you start to have low self-esteem. I literally told her that. And she was just like, you're mad. I was like, I'm not mad.
You're like, I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you that if you make a promise, and if we make a boundary, then we need to fulfill it. And then I told her, I was like, your consequence is that for 2 weeks, you're not allowed to watch TV. She cried forever, but then she got over it.
Yeah.
And I didn't yell. I didn't say nothing mean. I didn't say nothing. I was like, damn. I'm like, am I okay? Yeah. It was so weird. But I still bought her the donut. Back in the day, I'd be like, fuck this. You're not getting the donut. You know? Now you're not gonna get the donut. Now you're not gonna play at the Amanda's house. Now you're not, like, I would have just like a child. Like, I would have remember I want you guys to know that my consequences are fucking crazy back then. Remember when I said no TV for 2 months or some shit like that?
Yeah. And I remember I told you I've already learned this lesson.
Like,
so
stop it. You learned it too,
but parenting's hard.
Yeah.
But especially when you weren't parented. But anyway, that's a different day. Maybe that's an episode.
We could talk about for years.
Parenting's hard when you weren't parented.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. How do you see body code fitting into like modern self-care routines? Because everyone's got a self-care routine happening, or if you don't, like, you should probably get one. But alongside like therapy, meditation, whatever anybody else is doing, how do you think it fits?
Absolutely, guys, go to therapy. You guys, if you've heard this podcast, you know we are therapy lovers. I've shoved therapy down everybody's throat. But to me, this is like a using conjunction, because like I said, again, there's things that you're doing that you don't even know why you're doing them. There's things that are your grandmother's. There's things that are okay, for example, me. I mean, I don't know how white Amanda is, obviously, but did you do your genealogy? How white are you?
Very.
How Native American are you?
None.
Okay.
0.
So
I thought I was. I've been lied to, but anyway, I'm 0.
So Amanda's a full-blown white person.
Straight from Europe.
So, I mean, then she has she has the generational trauma of what her people have done. But I have both. I'm 24% Mexican, and I'm 62% European. So in Mexico, we have this big ass thing where Mexicans are like hardcore Mexicans. And we never sit back. And this Mexican lady, she's like, have you ever sat back and thought about your Europeans? And I'm like, no, not a damn once, because I'm a Mexican. Like, I'm Mexican. I'm not European. I'm Mexican. But when I took the test, I realized I am more European than I am an actual Mexican. So biologically, in my heart, I'm 1,000% a Mexican. So that generational trauma, like that's still with you. Like my people went and did this to my other people. It still happened. So the suffering of my people, and then the person that inflicted it, there's both of them are in there.
Oh gosh.
And we're carrying that on. So we can find a way. And that's also what I'm going to do with the inner child one. There's a part where I'm going to find like your male lineage and your female lineage. And I'm going to like work on releasing anything that any of those people might have given you. Any of like, because sometimes you might have a hate on something or someone, and it might not even be yours. And you're like, why do I feel this way? I don't fucking know these people. It's not yours. It's the European in you.
Yeah.
I'll have to, you know, this is so funny. It makes me think of something though, because like a lot of my issues with food, I have like FOMO,
Yeah.
but like a thing about scarcity, like I'm not going to be able to get this
Yeah.
again.
That could be the Great Depression.
Well, what about even like deeper, the Great Potato Famine,
Yeah.
like over there? Cause I have
Yeah.
like Irish, I have Scottish,
Yeah.
I have diploma. Maybe it's like really in there. Cause I always have this scarcity
Yeah.
mindset around food.
Yeah.
We're going to have to dig into that.
Yeah, we could. So that's the thing. And by the way, guys, no hate to anybody. Like this is just generational trauma. We have to, our ancestors did some fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's did. Not everyone's.
Yeah.
Everyone's ancestors did some fucked up shit. And that comes with you. And whether you know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So we could help heal that. And therapy isn't going to help you heal that, because therapy is not going to know that in 1601 you're, you know what I mean? Like there isn't.
Yeah,
You can only,
No. I mean, maybe somebody randomly knows,
Yeah.
but I think that's
No,
pretty rare to know.
that's very rare. So therapy will help you with the things that you're suffering in this life, of course, but there's some things that you don't know why you're doing. Like you don't know why you're doing them.
Yeah.
And then you stop doing them once I clear the things out. And then you're like, you have this big aha moment, like, oh my God.
There it is. Yeah. All right, let's talk about some practical stuff. How often do people need sessions? Is it like therapy where it's ongoing, or is it more just as needed? Like, could you be one and done?
No,
Or is that
it
pretty
could be
rare?
one and done. For example, like for me, when I did Renata after the night terror, I'm like, I'm done. Fuck this shit. It's just over. She's great. Or so like when you have like some savage, like my eating disorder,
Mhm.
that was crazy. That was there for so many years. So that I did, like I did every other week for a really long time. And then after I got done with that, then I took a really long break. And then I saw a lot of the changes. And then I was like, I don't want to go back. So then I bought 12 sessions. And then I did one once a month for a really long time. And then I took a really long break. So it just depends, because a lot of people, when they start seeing the changes, are like, oh my God.
And then something new might surface too.
Yeah, it will.
So
It will. So I feel like in the beginning, like every other week is great, or like once a month is great. And then when you start to see like real progress, then you could stop for a little bit. Or it might be something that, like, for example, I see that Renata was acting kind of fucking weird before I coded. And then I would get Sarah and I'll be like, hey, can you code her? And then she would be okay. And then like that. Like she even got Renata to stop wetting the bed. She had an entity who was making her piss herself. And I had to put a pull up on her. This is another story. This was years after. I had to pull up on her every night because we tried. And one day I decided to contact Sarah, and she said that there was somebody, like a little entity, poking her bladder. And yet it wasn't a bad entity. But anyway, maybe about 3 weeks later, I woke up in the morning and Nata wasn't wearing her pull-up. And I was like, no, we took off the pull-up and it was dry. And I was like, why is your pull-up dry? She's like, I went to the bathroom. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, in the middle of the night. She was like 3 or 4. She was like, in the middle of the night, I just went to the bathroom. And then I went back to sleep. And I was like, are you telling me you don't need the pull-up? She's like, I've been doing it for a while. Ooh. She's like, I guess I don't. And then we just got rid of the pull-up. And we didn't do anything different.
Yeah.
At all. You didn't ask me the question about the skeptics because I want to say
because I kind of thought you talked about it.
oh, because
I can go
people think it's witchcraft, but it's not. That's
So you want me to go back and ask?
No,
you?
that's it.
Okay. Okay. Do you work virtually, in person, or both?
Both. I do virtually. That we could have a Zoom call, or you don't even have to actually be there, as long as you give me permission. Always with permission. That's the number. Consent is the only person I don't need consent from is my dog and my daughter. And technically, if I didn't want to have your consent, I could still do it, but I refuse. I'm never, ever, 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 ever gonna. No, that's not ethical. So I could do all of them virtually, in real person, or you're not even in the room. You don't even know that it's happening. I like to do it at night to people because they're just really like asleep. They're like, let go. I do it to Renata, and she's asleep, and it's wonderful because it works better because she's just like
very relaxed, very like kind of,
yeah.
Okay. What's the best way for someone that's curious to try it out?
I'll give you a free session.
All right.
That's the best way.
What does someone need to do to get a free session with you?
You can go on my Facebook, which is the Inner Code. You can go on my website, which is theinnercode.com. You can.
But we can definitely link your
sites. I mean, I would like somebody to follow me on my Facebook for the Inner Code. I'll give you a free session. I'll give you a free session anyway.
So do they need to message you and be like, hey, I heard about this on Bitches Be Cray?
Yeah. And I'll give you a free session. And then if you happen to want another session, if you do like go on and like give me a little review or follow me on, I'll give you another free session. Because I feel like after the first 2 sessions, you really like, there's this lady that I gave her a couple free sessions. I actually met her in a healing page. Like I remember when I took that class to heal like my what was it? Was it my inner child? But it ended up being about women who were scorned about men.
Yeah.
Like I literally thought that I was going to be healing
that group.
Yeah, that group. Yeah. And she when I contacted her, she's like, Nancy, I kid you not. She's like, I have high blood pressure and I cannot afford to go to the doctor right now. So I body coded her. And then I wrote her like 3 days later. She's like, I don't have high blood pressure anymore.
Wow.
She's like, I don't. She's like, it's gone. So I've been coding her. She was my practice person for a while.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there you go. If you want to try it out, you can reach out to the places that'll be linked for the Inner Code and he'll get you a free session.
Yes.
Okay. Let's end with one final question. How has doing this work changed you personally?
Well, I'm going to say that this is also how generational. I come from a farm of judgmental people. Any given day, we're just judging the shit out of each other. Even my cousin, when my cousin first came to Mexico with me, I didn't ask her to share the story, so I won't share the full story. Like, people just went up to her and told her the most judgmental shit. And she was just like, eh. And this lady was like, this is who we are.
Oh.
That's what the fuck she said. This is who we are. So I feel like I've been raised to be super judgmental, but I've been really aware not to judge people in front of Renata because I don't want her to be like that. But for me, it's already like in my fucking DNA. And I'm working on that. I don't want to be like that. So I feel like that's when it comes back to like, it's not mine. It's like literally my mom's, her mom's, whatever. So I've noticed that when I code people, like I did a thing where I put it on Facebook and I asked like people to like send me their email, and I coded about maybe 20 people. And whenever they sent me their picture, I just saw them as like beautiful people.
That's nice.
Like I had no judgment. Like I have found nothing that I judged about them. And I feel like it's made me want to be, I don't want to promote, I'm a human being, obviously. So I'm also working on being a better person and removing the things that people taught me, because being judgmental is not who I am. It's what somebody taught me.
Right.
So I'm working on removing the things that I was taught so I could be a better person and I could be a better healer, because I have never judged anybody that I've done. I haven't. But I feel like if I'm judgmental, how can I promote like spirituality? And like I just don't want to be like that. Obviously it's normal to judge, but I I want to cut it back to like 1%, like the regular amount. Because we all judge.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, I just want to cut it back to like 1%. And I feel that's how it's changed me because when I code people, I do not judge them at all. At all. Like I actually feel like a lot. That's the number one thing about the body code. You have to love. If you don't love, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to love the person. And I thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it with people I didn't know. But I did. It's beautiful. Because if I do it to you, I already love you. But when I did it to the first person that I didn't love because I didn't know them, I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And then I realized as soon as I saw their picture, like it just made me smile.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really sweet.
I know.
That's really like tender from you.
It's exactly.
That's awesome. I love this for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, alrighty then. We are so glad you joined us today to learn more about the body code. And we hope you will join Nancy for your free session from
Please
the Inner
do.
Code.
Please do.
Yeah. And next episode, we're going to talk about something that's buzzing around everywhere right now, and that's attachment styles.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
All right. Well, we will catch you next time.
Hey, besties. If you love the chaos, the laughs, and the real talk, don't forget to hit the follow button. Subscribe, share, and tell your friends because bitches be cray, and you know you love it. New episodes drop every other Wednesday, so stay tuned and stay cray. Bye, bitches.